Okay, so this is going to be probably one of the most difficult videos I'm going to have to make in a long time. Because as you know, I'm a Canucks fan, I'm a Habs fan, they're my number 1, number 2 teams, in that order. And we had ourselves Game 2 of what was their Canadian Division series going on. Yesterday, it was a crazy, fun, entertaining game. Even though the Habs lost in a shootout, I think both Habs and Canucks fans can agree that was entertaining hockey. It was fun, it was fast-paced, it was exciting. This game, the night after, oh boy, you could definitely tell that one of these teams was playing on their second straight night. And this is a good win for the Canadiens, you know, it's 7-3. I'm speaking to the Habs fans right here. Hey, awesome win, you guys got goals, you guys padded the stats, you guys really got up there in the point race for your guys. 42 shots on goal on Thatcher Demko, amazing. But even though the Habs came out with the 7-3 victory, this was not a fun game for Habs fans to watch. Really wasn't. And a lot of that does have to do with the same problems we saw in yesterday's game where the referees, man, they just could not put away the whistles. Like, what was going on here? So many penalties for both teams this time, going either way. Some of them deserved, others not so deserved. The entire flow of the game just completely got thrown out the window by the time the second period started up. So many calls, so many penalties, etc. But for the Habs fans out there, you guys really have so much more to be upset about in this game, even though you guys ended up winning 7-3, because I'll admit, lots of really dumb plays made by Vancouver in that third period. A lot of plays made out of frustration and anger, and overall, it was just a terrible showing by the Canucks. Like, I'm sorry. We got 3 goals. I get that. Bo Horvat scored 2 in the first to get the Toffoli versus Horvat race, I guess, going up and running. But that was pitiful. That was probably one of the worst Vancouver Canucks defensive games we've seen in a very, very long time. And we've seen games with Lucas Spiza and Ben Hutton and Eric Branson and Kevin Bieksa towards the end of his career. Yeah, you could definitely tell that the Vancouver Canucks were playing on the second half of a back-to-back here, after a blistering overtime speedy shootout game. So because I just want to abandon all the notes that I had for this game, let's just go over the goals. The first period, we saw ourselves Tyler Toffoli kick things off nice and early. A minute 54 in, it's a feed from Armia out in front. It's loose out in front of Thatcher Demko. Canucks can't clear it. Okay, Toffoli takes it, he shoots it, it's in. Nice. The Vancouver Canucks then quickly tie things up because Nils Höglander is there on the half boards. He drops the puck down. Myers is there. He shoots it to the goal, and Bo Horvat, of all people, ends up tipping it in. We spoke earlier about how Bobby Ryan was on top of the league in goals because he had 4 tied up with Travis Konechny and a few other guys there. Bo Horvat, hey, he's in this conversation now too, alongside of Tyler Toffoli. And then you had yourselves a Vancouver power play afterwards. Because, yeah, penalties. They happen. Drouin goes to the box. It's kind of awkward, but whatever. And then a shorthanded effort. We have Yoel Armia who comes over here, gets the shorthanded goal after Nate Schmidt fails to make a breakout pass. It's onto the stick of Toffoli, who uses his body to shield the puck, and send it over to Armia, who comes and he shoots and he scores. Not even Demko's fault, you know, it's a one-on-one, shorthanded, quick reaction time, whatever. That's the kind of play that a goalie should never have to face. But have no fear, because Brett Kulak is going to the box now. Again, what's going on here? Referees, bro. The Vancouver Canucks eventually then tie things up again. It's Bo Horvat who scores on the patented tic-tac-toe play with Miller and Hughes getting the assist over here. Very nice. Horvat is on top of the league in goals. Again, over Tyler Toffoli this time, which is very interesting to see. Miller with another assist, Hughes with another assist. You love to see it. And then we had the second period, where the Vancouver Canucks just completely cracked down. You saw a complete change of pace here for this team. The Canucks lost out on Jalen Chatfield, the guy who was honestly pretty okay in the past few periods he played here with the Canucks, but like last night, they're playing down with 5 defensemen, and yeah, things don't look good. We had a lot more penalties called here in this second period. Take a look at this. Vancouver got that against Philippe Deneau. Suzuki slashing on Horvat. That one was pretty weird because Horvat kind of took Suzuki down, and then Suzuki in retaliation kind of hit the guy, and that was called, but not the initial trip, which was very interesting to me. Philippe Deneau tripped up Höglander. We had a few more penalties, etc., etc. But Tyler Toffoli, man, he comes out here and he's like, yo, Bo Horvat took over the league's lead in goals above me. Yeah, no, screw that, buddy. He comes in, another shorthanded goal. This time it's Elias Pettersson who gives it away to Tyler Toffoli. Yeah, Pettersson give us, Pettersson take it. Actually, he didn't even give anything. He just gave the puck straight over to Toffoli, and he scores the shorthanded goal. And Habs fans, while still cheering, are like, yeah, okay, we got more points up here, but then they take a few more trips to the penalty box, and it doesn't really feel all too great. And then you see the Vancouver Canucks just completely collapse. 3 goals in the span of like a minute and a half. Josh Anderson, very good rebound attempt there after Nick Suzuki steals it and comes in with a chance. Jake Evans, very nice goal from him as well. Immediately off the faceoff, 9 seconds after that Suzuki to Anderson chance that ended up giving Anderson his 3rd goal in the year. And then you had yourselves a minute later, it was Joel Armia who came in here. The Finnish connection. Jesperi Kotkaniemi with the assist. Armia with the beautiful toe drag out in front. He gets the goal. There was a coach's challenge here for goalie interference because Tyler Toffoli was in the crease. It wasn't really goalie interference in my opinion. It counts. It's a 6-2 lead for the Habs, and the Canucks were absolutely terrible. Like, I'm never this harsh on my team, but wow. What terrible chances there. So many breakaways given up, so many errant passes picked off by the Habs. All full credit goes to the Montreal Canadiens, though. These guys were pinpoint accurate in intercepting passes and taking away space from Vancouver, forcing them to make these bad plays and bad passes, and it pays off tremendously as they get so many great scoring opportunities. But the 3rd period comes over here, and there aren't too many penalties in this one. It's only 3. Too many men served by Höglander, Myers with a match penalty, we'll get to that soon, and then you had Jay Beagle tripping against Nick Suzuki with, 49 seconds left in the game. Yeah. Brandon Sutter, though, gets on the board here for his first of the season, assisted by Myers and Rafferty, so Rafferty gets a point. Nice to see that. Brandon Sutter, though, with an absolute embarrassing move over there on Alexander Romanov. He completely dekes the pants off of him. Romanov is caught looking down. Brandon Sutter goes around there, twirls over him, and then he backhands it over the glove of Allen, off the post and in. Beautiful goal, but like Brandon Sutter, man, we've never seen this out of you before. He's been here for a few years now. We've never seen anything to that capacity in terms of skill, finesse, beauty. What in the world was that? Where'd that come from? But that's all she wrote for Vancouver because Tyler Myers a little bit later ends up hitting Joel Armia in the head, and this one was absolutely terrible. Like, you cannot defend that. Come on, buddy. Why? Why? To me, that looked like a guy who was just pent up with all the frustration of playing such a bad game, and he just took it out on whoever was there, and it happened to be Armia, the guy who had 4 points in the game. Yeah, it's a very dangerous check to the head. He gets a match penalty, 5-minute major. It looks like he's probably going to be suspended. So the Canucks, after losing Edler, losing Hamonic, losing Chatfield in this game, and now losing Myers, are going to be down to what? Hughes, Schmidt, Rathbone, Guillaume Brisebois, and who else? Like, oh my gosh, this team is absolutely screwed on Saturday. They are screwed, and the Canadiens fans that I saw, who aren't Canucks fans, by the way, were like, yeah, screw you, Vancouver. Screw you, Tyler Myers, for doing that. That's what you get, buddy. Gonna get suspended, and like, you know, I get it. You know, Canadian teams, Canadian fans, very hard against each other. Yeah, it's how it goes. But as a guy who cheers for both of these teams, it does kind of hurt seeing one of the teams play so poorly and be in such a terrible situation where a guy makes a really dumb decision and puts his team at such a disadvantage going into the next game or two. Because let's be real, Tyler Myers, when he's not taking penalties over and over and over again, like, he's honestly not bad. Like, he got 2 assists in this game. Sure, one of them came at the most inopportune time when it's not really about Vancouver winning anymore, but yeah, you know, I just don't even know what to say. Ending thoughts here, Vancouver, they were terrible in the 2nd period. You could see them kind of pick up the energy towards the 3rd, but I think once the 3rd period started, you can kind of feel the vibes from both teams, where both teams just kind of agreed, yeah, okay, Montreal won this game, let's just try to kill the clock. But the referees had other ideas in mind, so many extra penalties over here. Tyler Myers was really frustrated. He ended up taking off Armia's head. Who knows what happens to him? I hope he does fine going into the next few games because the guy was on fire here tonight. But I said at the beginning of the video, you know, yesterday's game was just so fun to watch. This one, whether you're a fan of either team, sure, the stats padding for Montreal was awesome, but like, yeah, this was an ugly game. Ugly, ugly game. Hopefully the rest of them are not like this one tonight. So, if you're a Habs fan, tell me in the comments what it feels like to win and pad up the stats over here. If you're a Canucks fan, tell me what needs to change for this team in order for them to actually do well. I said it this entire time, man. I think Vancouver is the inferior team on paper, and I think going into the next few games here, without Myers, Edler, Hamonic, and now Chatfield, yeah, it's really gonna be like that, So, tell me in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. Show us 99, and bye.